Is it recording?
Yes.
My production assistant's having some difficulty tonight with the old camera. It's got two buttons on it. One's an on-off switch and one's a start switch, and she's having trouble figuring out which is which. Anyway, it's the Bathrobe Chronicles again. This is number 149, and I'm trying to, I almost have camera shyness, whatever in the world that means. I just haven't done this in a month, and I feel like I'm just groping around more so than usual. Anyway, what I wanted to mention, and this is going to be most likely rambling, is, you know, we always complain about the service we get from people. In other words, we go in department stores or drug stores or just about anywhere, and oftentimes we complain about how we're treated by the folks who work there, the sales ladies, the sales gentlemen, and so on and so forth. And then some people say, well, what in the hell do you expect? They're being paid minimum wage and all this other kind of stuff. But I just wanted to single out this person who really made my day. And as I said, this is going to be a long rambling story. And I understand that YouTube is now up to 15 minutes, so maybe this one will be a rambling one. Anyway, here's how it all started. I do have a cell phone. Now, I think cell phones, I don't know. All these people running around with cell phones stuck on their ears, I just don't get it. In other words, they truly are not that important. Who in the heck are they talking to? I think the only thing worse than a cell phone is one of those things you actually stick in your ear. You've seen those people walking around talking all the time. Some of them even have like an earbud thing and it's going to something. But I think the worst thing...
Or a cigarette in their mouth.
Or a cigarette in your mouth, as my production assistant said. Okay. Those Blackberries that won't... Anyway, what am I working up to? I do have a cell phone. And what I buy those ones that you get the cell phone, like the cheapest thing that does nothing. In fact, half the time it doesn't work. But anyway, you get this like basic cell phone, and I pay, I think it's $100. That gives me 1,000 minutes, and I don't have to do anything for 1 year. In other words, I buy it like January 1st, and as long as I don't use those 1,000 minutes, I don't have to do another thing. I don't have to worry. I don't get any bills. I don't get anything. And so if I'm against cell phones, why do I have this? Okay. I have it in my car in case my car blows up. Hey, I'm an old man. I want somebody to come out here and help me jack it up or do whatever you do, you know, when your car blows up. Now, had an interesting story. Last month, up here in the mountains, yes, we come up just to do these chronicles. My production assistant, who of course has a cell phone always in her purse, forgot to bring her charger, and her cell phone ran out of juice or whatever. So she asked to borrow mine. So I let her borrow it. And it actually worked, and she used it. So now I'm back home, and I can't remember exactly why I needed to use my cell phone, but I needed to use it. Don't remember what it was. You know, maybe I was running late to work or something. I don't know. So I get the cell phone, plug that baby in, turn it on, and it says enter the code. What do you mean enter the code? I don't know anything about codes. So of course it didn't work. I couldn't enter a code. Okay, so then I went to Sam's Club where I bought this. And I said to the young man there, I said, look, here's what happened. I explained all that. He says, oh man, you know, it was almost like you've had the weenie here, you know, oh, I don't know what to do about this. I said, thank you. He said, you might call the company. Now I'm on the verge of like tossing it and getting another, you know, $100 cell phone. But I thought, what the heck? So I called T-Mobile. Real nice lady at T-Mobile, and she took me through, you know, take the back off, give me the serial number. Ironically, I didn't know how to get the back off, so I got a pocket knife that has a screwdriver attachment, popped it off. Thankfully, it didn't break, and I was able to put it back together, but I pulled the battery out or something and read her a number, and she said, oh, something, and went through all this kind of mess. Anyway, she said, you're going to have to take this to one of our stores. Fine. Haven't given up yet. So, what do? I go to this store, and this delightful young lady is there. I go up and I say, here's what happened. And she said, oh, let me see. And she goes, click, 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 click. I love it when those people pound on those keys or doing whatever they're doing. 1 minute later, she had fixed my phone. She had fixed it. I said, what in the world was that? She said, well, somehow somebody hit something and you would have to enter a code. So what I did is there's a default code that the company puts in there. So I just put the default code in, and it worked. Great. So we started talking. I don't know how old she is. I'm sure she's not 30. She's most likely 25 to 30. And somehow, I don't know, I had mentioned, we talked about electronic devices, how I hate Blackberries and I hate all this other stuff. Well, not hate, that's too strong of a word. And I mentioned that I had bought a Kindle. And her eyes lit up, and she said, "Oh, what is that?" And I told her. So I said, "Well, it's in the car." I went out and got it, brought it in and showed it to her. She said, "Boy, this is something." Anyway, here's the long and the short of it. There's a couple of points I wanted to make here. Number one, it was so refreshing to go to a place to ask for assistance and get it from a pleasant person who acted professionally and actually knew what she was doing. Oh, by the way, I found out she had been working there 5.5 years, and she really enjoys her job. So, that was sort of that part of this little story. Okay, so I left. And I was thinking to myself, I wish I had a little extra money, because I was toying with the idea of sending her a Kindle. Now, they don't cost like $1 million. The ones I bought were $200. But I thought about it a little bit, and I don't know, for some reason I didn't do it. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should do it today. I don't know. But I guess there's 2 points I want to make here. One point is that it's so refreshing in this day and age to go to a business, any kind of business, where they really are concerned, seemingly, about trying to give customer satisfaction, and they actually know what they're doing. And the other part is, wouldn't it be nice if someone like gave you $100,000 and said, you can't spend this on yourself, you have to give this away as you see fit. I don't know if any of this made any sense, but anyway, I just thought I wanted to talk about it, and I did. I hope you weren't too bored, and maybe the next time you go in a store and the person who waits on you is efficient, professional, nice, and all that kind of stuff, maybe you'll give them a Kindle. Anyway, as Pat Condell would say, peace, ladies and gentlemen, peace.